Man, welcome back to the Cruise Dynasty podcast. Doing what we do. We are back at it again. Redraft continued. I know we're the Cruise Dynasty podcast, but listen, we do redraft, we do gambling, we do it all, man. We break it all down. So, everybody, thanks for listening. And I don't say this every pod, but 5-star review. And I'm at Crew Matt Hamm. Follow Craftman, who I'm introducing next at Craftman Pack Fan. Craftman, what's up?
Dude, I have started just getting off of old X lately. Twitter, once they change that little sign, I just don't know if I can do it anymore. But we're here to talk. We ain't here to talk Twitter. Like Matt said, follow us. But we're here to talk the fake stuff.
Hell yeah.
We about to hop on it. And football is like, what's today? Thursday? We are 2 weeks away from opening day.
Can't wait. So, in the building, we got Pati Poopa in the building. What's going on, cousin?
Hey, you got the party, I'm going to poop it. You know, you put me in your fantasy league, I'm going to mess you up. I'm the one you don't want to add. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to come in and I'm going to wreck everything you got. What's going on, guys? I'm in here in the Cruise Dynasty podcast. Boy, Party Poopa, cousin, senior, the king, champ. Let's get it.
The only thing we can't call you is humble.
It's just, yeah, no, not really.
I'm so good at being fucking humble.
No, you are not. I learned it from you.
So here we are, back at it again. Thanks for listening to our last episode with
What's the
Breakouts
white
on
van?
Bust. Tonight we're doing sleepers and values. These are guys that can help you win your league. We've been looking at the ADP. Sleepers, values, they could probably be the same as breakouts, but sleepers is what we're calling it. We're looking at some of these values on the ADP. I got a little sleeper pretty much at every position, and even threw a little few rookies in. I know we don't talk too much rookies, and we try to stay away from them the most of the time, but some rookies play a big part in these leagues.
Yeah, they could be huge.
Big time. So, we'll just go ahead and hop right into it, man. Craftman, I'll let you start us on off, man. Go ahead, big dog.
All right. And one of the reasons we didn't mention rookies like in the breakout episode is because I thought they were a little, probably the obvious picks like your JSN. Like, these are the guys that, you're probably not going to get at current ADP right now. Rookies kind of got a dip in ADP and redraft. So, it's a little obvious. But for one of my sleepers here, I'm going to hit one that we all agree on. And we were first to this is Romeo Dubs, whatever you want to call him.
I got him too.
I think we all do, so that's why I wanted to get his name out there first. And he's going to be out there. He's going to be with the first team offense. He's going to be out there on every single snap. He he had more receptions than Christian Watson last year, so I do not think that Christian Watson is the wide receiver one by a long shot like most people do on the Green Bay offense. I think that Romeo Doubs still has a lot to prove. I think that he's going to come in and he's probably going to have more receptions than Christian Watson. Maybe not as many big plays, but, he can also get downfield and make some big plays. You've seen it in the preseason. From what you've heard, that's Jordan Love's favorite target. This Packers offense, I feel like, is going to roll. They're going to be a lot faster pace than they were last year with Aaron Rodgers. They're going to run a lot of play action, hit Christian Watson on some slants, get the ball in his hands. But with Romeo Doubs, I think he's going to be great for PPR. He's going to be great for half PPR, and you can get him in like the 13th round of your draft. I mean, what other wide receiver two for a good team are you going to get that late in your draft?
Yeah, man, that's a really good one. Like you said, we all probably got him on our list. But if you don't mind, I want to go in on a guy that's one of my sleeper picks, and his name is Kenneth Gainwell. And the reason the reason Kenneth Gainwell is a major sleeper for me, because you're getting him at ADP of, from what I'm looking at, around 60. All right. And
That can't be right. No, that can't be right.
that's
No. He's got to be undrafted or close to it.
and that's, I mean,
Matt, what you got on that ADP, Matt?
I mean, the running back 60, like
the RB, the running
the
back
RB,
60. Okay.
yeah, the RB 60, dude, behind Clyde Edwards-Helaire, below Kendre Miller, and right above Tajay Spears.
Real quick, Ian, I don't want to interrupt too much, but
Go ahead.
I got him right here at half PPR ADP at RB 58.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you're getting Kenneth Gainwell, who has been on this team, and it's a great offensive line. So you really want the running back competing with DeAndre Swift, who is pretty good running back and on a new team and kind of maybe not in his form right now. So you're getting him at a much better value, because I believe DeAndre Swift going around the RB. Let me find him.
Damn,
like 26
round, something like that.
26,
I think it's
27.
RB 26.
Right. And so you're getting Gainwell at the very end, and maybe he won't do good, but if he does, that's a sleeper in my eyes. You know what I mean? Like, he's got the potential to take that backfield, dude. He's competing with Rashad Penny, who has 70-year-old knees, and DeAndre Swift, who is in his head right now because Jamal Williams went in and buzzed his ass, and he's on a new team. And I want Swift to do good, but for his Swift's ADP, I don't want him. But Gainwell, I'm taking that.
Last pick in your draft.
Yep.
Last
And
pick.
listen, I'm with Ian, because I've been saying in Dynasty you should go grab him as a handcuff, because Swift, Penny, those guys are unhealthy all the time. Penny, it doesn't even sound like he's really getting too much play anyways. Sounds like they really want Swift to be that Miles Sanders role. Swift's gonna get hurt. I shouldn't say that, but he's just injury prone. But in my nickname, I don't ever make nicknames. In my home league, I got Kenneth Gainwell's nickname as the healthy running back. So I say go out there and get it. I'm with you all the way in. I like it. He might even go undrafted. Probably will.
Yeah.
Probably.
Hey,
I'm not drafting him. I probably won't, but he's definitely somebody you should get in your dynasty. You should go get him. And yeah, if you want to, for your last pick, try him out.
Yeah, he's not bad, and Rashad Penny's really he might get cut.
Right.
They got to keep Boston Scott if they want to keep Swift, Gainwell. I think Gainwell is not getting cut. If they want to keep them three guys, then Rashad Penny could possibly not even be on this team.
Not have a job this year, dude.
Right. I agree. Go ahead, Kraft. Throw us out of sleeper bacon.
All right. Well, I got Khalil Herbert. He is going. Matt, I need you to double check me on this one because my sleeper app was a little jacked up. But I got him going as the RB 41 in drafts this year.
All right, and half PPR right here, what I'm looking at is RB 37 behind Brian Robinson, Rashad Penny, Zach Charbonnet, Antonio Gibson.
Yeah, I'd take him over every single one of them guys that you just said.
Every one of them.
And I got a decent bit to say about Khalil Herbert. He had the highest yards per carry out of any running back last year. He averaged 5.6 yards per carry, but he only had 138 total touches on the entire year. He was the RB 41 last year with David Montgomery there, and you said he's going as the RB 37 right now. David Montgomery is gone, and he's the most talented running back on this team. He played every single snap with the starters in preseason. Justin Fields played, I think, 7 snaps in that last game. Khalil Herbert was in on every single snap. And then they sat their starters in the last preseason game, and Deontay Foreman was out there running with the twos. So it seems to me it's kind of like the Dameon Pierce situation where I was earlier. where I thought, Devin Singletary might have a role, and I kind of thought, Foreman might have a role, which he could come in and spell Khalil Herbert every now and again, but you got Khalil Herbert, Roshan, and Deontay Foreman. I would venture to say that Khalil Herbert is the best pass catching back also out of them three guys. So I could see Khalil Herbert just being a straight up bell cow this year that you're getting in the 11th round in your drafts. I mean, he's just a steal right there because the upside is tremendous. David Montgomery has been a top 24 running back pretty much his whole entire career, being super inefficient. And Khalil Herbert is not inefficient. He was the most efficient back in the NFL last year. So, take your shot on Khalil Herbert. This is just a automatic pick for me at this point because the running backs in that range are just kind of long shots anyway, but I don't feel like this one is a long shot. I think this is just a good pick.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, his yards per carry last year was like 5.6. And this is like his third year in the league. He's primed for a good year, dude. And I definitely like him where he's going. And he's one of those guys. If you snag him on your bench, he's probably gonna be in the top couple rounds next year. We're probably gonna be drafting Khalil Herbert in like the second round next year.
Dang, you believe that, Crowd?
I don't believe that. I mean, maybe not all that shit, but damn. I mean,
I stick with it. I stick to it.
I mean, it could happen. He's on the sleepers, but he could be breakout potential also.
He could be.
In that redraft league I am with you guys, fellas, Average Joes, I was like targeting Khalil Herbert in the A. But the problem was that so was everybody else. Khalil Herbert in the A was a great value. I like Khalil Herbert all day. So I got a little sleeper for y'all. I guess I'll just stick with running backs. My man, Rachaad White. RB28 right now. This guy's going behind Javonte Williams, Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, DeAndre Swift, Cam Akers, Alexander Madison. James Conner's on that list too, but I would take James Conner over Rachaad White. And my thing with Rachaad White has always been, you could say he was inefficient. A lot of guys are inefficient that people like, but this guy's going to get a lot of passes. He can catch the ball. And I seen it that I think it was I heard a stat that Baker Mayfield checks it down to the running backs.
He does
a lot.
Yeah.
So no
he can't see
competition.
over the offensive line.
And he had Christian McCaffrey for a little while there last year.
That's true. But he has no real competition except for his main competition is like an undrafted guy in Sean Tucker, which I like as far as like picking them up off your waivers and adding them to your dynasty team is stashing them in your taxi. I like that. But Rachaad White just feels too easy. If you've been listening to the pod, Rachaad White, I've been on it all year at RB28. His ADP hasn't really gone up any, so we're talking about he's going behind guys that I would clearly take him over. So I love Rachaad White.
You know why his ADP hasn't went up? Because he sucked. No, I mean, you can have him. Take him.
What'd you say?
I disagree with Ian. I mean, this is the whole Najee Harris, Joe Mixon debate with Rachaad White. He's inefficient. We got Joe Mixon. I mean, not a good offense that Rachaad White's in, but still, he's gonna get opportunity. He's the only. You think Chase Edmonds is gonna still work? Chase Edmonds is trash, dude.
No, I mean, you're right. I mean, I guess if I have a point for Dameon Pierce, I need to have a point for Rachaad White. You
really should.
Yeah, okay. So I do. And yeah, he definitely has the opportunity to ball out this year, and he is a good sleeper. I agree with that. And I think you should get him in Dynasty, but I don't feel like I would draft him in redraft unless I got him in like the 9th, 10th round.
That's pretty much where he's going, though, ain't he?
Really?
So
is it really? Oh, well.
Going below. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
ADP 73. He's going in about the 7th round.
So Maybe a couple of rounds too high for N, but I'll take him. That was pretty easy for me. Y'all want to throw another sleeper out there? Y'all got any RB sleepers?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Austin.
Brian Robinson. I like Brian
agreed.
Robinson and Antonio Gibson, really. They're going to play different roles. Eric, Bieniemy's coming over, and you know how Jarrett McKinnon went off last year. I think Antonio Gibson's going to have a good role catching the ball. He was a receiver in college, and Antonio Gibson is going to get that work. But Brian Robinson is going to get all the goal line. He's just going to be a bell cow this year. I think that Bieniemy is smart, and that he is going to use the running backs to their abilities. And Brian Robinson is going to be the in between the tackles guy. He's going to be on the goal line, and Antonio Gibson is going to be catching a lot of passes. So I like both of them guys. Brian Robinson's going around that Khalil Herbert range. He's going ADP 101. So I'm thinking you're getting a discount. You're getting a discount James Conner with Brian Robinson this year. They both play for kind of bad teams. They're going to be heavily involved. Right. James Conner gets a little more passing work, but I think there's nothing wrong with taking Brian Robinson there in like the 9th or 10th round.
Yeah, man. I agree. And let me shoot my dude at you, Mr. AJ Dillon. Because you got this man. I mean, he's on a good team. He showed us he can do pretty good. As a backup running back, he gets all the touchdown work, all the goal line work is going to AJ Dillon, and you can get him pretty low in the draft. It's like your RB4, you know what I mean? And it's a good possibility he ends up scoring 200 fantasy points this year, and I'm pretty cool with that out of my RB4. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, that's actually pretty on the great side, and he's got pretty good yards per carry. Like I said, I mean, he gets all the rushing work inside the trenches. On a good team that's really going to run the ball, and I think they got a really good 1-2 punch there with Jones and Dillon. But I think Dillon at his ADP is a pretty good sleeper, pretty good still.
Yeah, like a discount David Montgomery.
Yep. I'm with you. I like it too. We might have been a year early on AJ Dillon. Everybody was high on AJ Dillon last year, but now he's done dropped pretty far. I got another one. I like at running back. I got Zamir White, and he's pretty much been running it in preseason with Las Vegas. He's going down there with old Kenneth Gainwell, who we just talked about as the RB57, going undrafted. Get him in your last couple rounds.
Drop him if Josh Jacobs comes back. Just go ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
And if he does, but with that said, Josh Jacobs missed
I thought he came back
all the training camp. Well, look, here's the thing about Josh Jacobs. They're saying he's going to come back, but he sent out a little tweet talking about it. I didn't say all that shit. So we'll just have to see how all that goes. If he does come back, though,
drama.
We'll just see how it goes. I mean, he's missed all the training camp. We'll see what kind of shape he's in.
Yeah.
Zamir White's pretty much free down there. So
yeah, he is free.
So that one's just pretty easy, too. He scored a couple touchdowns in the preseason. They're giving him the ball. It's a possibility he could get all that. He's not going to be an RB2 overall like Josh Jacobs was or whatever he was, but he could get a lot of the work. So, Zamir White, sleeper. He could outperform that ADP.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that sleeper. I think Amir Abdullah will probably get a little bit of work, too, if Jacobs doesn't come back. But while we're on this subject, a little preseason waiver wire show. Are any of y'all going out and picking up Deion Jackson or Zach Moss at this point?
No.
Me personally, no.
Me either.
Because I don't know why will be there.
I don't know why. We just talked about Jonathan Taylor could be gone. I mean, they could be. But
I mean,
just think it's going to be so split, it ain't going to matter.
I mean, once Jonathan Taylor is gone, you get Deion Jackson. But that's the thing. Like, when you picked up Alexander Madison, when Dalvin Cook was gone, like they still had a good team and a pretty good offensive line. Like the Colts this year is so questionable. Like Deion Jackson hasn't proven that he was a good running back, much less great. And he's just somebody I'm not targeting. I don't want to deal with that team this year. You know what I mean? There's other running backs that I can go for.
So you'd much rather have any of the Miami guys?
Yeah.
Jeff Wilson, somebody like that.
Yeah.
I think those are. I mean, I ain't got them on my sleeper list, but take your shot on the Miami backfield. Get Raheem
For
Mostert
real.
late, something like
Agreed.
that. A-Chain
I'm
got
with you on
hurt.
that.
He had a shoulder injury like Dalvin Cook has had in the past, and Jeff Wilson's injured right now. Raheem Mostert seems like the only healthy guy there for now. I mean, we know how he
And
does.
Las Vegas told Miami that Josh Jacobs isn't for sale. Did y'all see that?
Hadn't seen it, but
Yeah.
I believe it.
It's
Miami's
right here.
been
Hold
out
on, I
there.
read it for you. On my playbook,
To me, that's
Miami Dolphins inquired about the availability of running back Josh Jacobs, but were told by Las Vegas Raiders that he is not available.
I will say this, man, for all like the Devon A-Chain lovers out there, because I know there's some out there. The fact that the Dolphins continue to go out there and try to get one of these top running backs, to me, just says
That
a lot about their running
shows,
back room.
yeah, and the
Especially
fact
maybe
that
that rookie
the
they drafted.
Raiders told Miami that he's not available says that he's going to be there this year.
Yeah, I mean, Crapman knows where I stand. I don't think any of these guys are holding out. I'd be shocked.
Yeah, I would
Any
too.
more running back sleepers? I know I got one more, but how many? Yo, Craft, you got some more
Nope.
running back? And you got any more running back sleepers?
Let me check. No, I don't. I think
All right.
getting game with AJ Dillon, that was pretty good.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna toss his name out there, but I won't. I know he's a little banged up. Jerome Ford, toss his name out there.
That's not terrible. That's a pretty good handcuff.
Rookie wise, though, I'm gonna throw one rookie per position, except for quarterback. But Kendre Miller, Craftman knows I like me some Kendre Miller.
Yeah.
He was banged up, and he's back. Alvin Kamara out for 3 games. If he's gonna prove himself, he's got a 3-game window right here. Jamal Williams got all his action from Detroit at the goal line.
Yeah.
So Kendre Miller definitely a sleeper rookie. If take a shot on him.
Gus Edwards, Gus Edwards is always, somebody you can get for really cheap, and he's a pretty good handcuff.
Tank Bigsby.
Cordero
Yeah.
Patterson too.
Shoot, why we might be calling sleepers and values, but I'll go ahead and be with Kraft on that one. Tanks Bigsby.
Yeah.
Why draft ETN in the 4th and you get Bigsby in the 11th or whatever? And I'll say the same thing about why draft Kenneth Walker in the 4th or 5th when you can get Charbonnet in the 9th or 10th. So
And same thing with Swift and Gainwell. Same thing with Jones and Dillon. I mean, but
I'm getting Jones in the 4th.
I'm getting Jones too. Yeah. But
right, yeah, I feel you. I'm getting Jones up there too. All right, let's move away from running backs. Let's hit a wide receiver or two out there. I know there's some out there. Go ahead, Kraft. Throw me a wide receiver.
I'm bringing him back from last year. His name was in my mouth a lot last year, but Cortland Sutton, he's going. Matt, need you to double check me again, but I can see he's going as a wide receiver 50 in ADP right now. And Jerry Jeudy just had a little hamstring injury. We know these things can linger. This reminds me of Keenan Allen last year, where it was like he had a hamstring injury. Oh, he'll be back week 1. Oh, shit. He's not back week 1. Oh, he'll be back week 5. He'll be back week 8. Finally came in like week 10. But so was it wide receiver 50, Matt?
I got him at 47.
Okay.
I mean, he's going behind dudes like Juju Smith-Schuster, Zay Flowers, which I kind of like Zay, but Michael Thomas, Gabe Davis, Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, I still got to go. Yeah, he's going as wide receiver 47, and I think we all kind of believe that Russ is going to be better in this offense, at least a little bit, better. But Cortland Sutton was as bad of a year as he had. He was the wide receiver 44 last year, and that was about as bad as that Broncos offense is going to get. So he's actually going lower than he finished last year. So he still had a 23% target share with 109 targets last year and only 2 touchdowns. So this is all me believing that Russ is going to have somewhat of a bounce back year. And Jerry Jeudy injured, Marvin Mims, we don't know what we're going to get out of him. This is the Sean Payton, Russell Wilson thing. And I think, why not? Like, he is a debatable wide receiver 1 on a team that has a potentially good quarterback. So, as a sleeper, I'm going to take my shot on Sutton right here. He's cheap.
All right. Hold on. I don't want to take over too much, but I got something to say. Because on my sleeper list right here, I got Marvin Mims. He was my rookie that I was going to put at wide receiver. Jerry Jeudy, he said he's going to miss several weeks, is what I'm saying. Several weeks. But I've never bought into Jerry Jeudy anyways. Year 4 of us waiting on the breakout, like, I ain't buying that shit. Cortland Sutton, I was kind of higher on him. Maybe not high as Kraft, man, but I thought he could be the guy. Sean Payton's first draft pick, he traded up and drafted Marvin Mims. So I think Marvin Mims could have some success. But heck, this is just up in the air now with the Broncos. I haven't really bought into Russell Wilson too much, but I think with Jerry Jeudy going down, if you're not a believer in Courtland Sutton, you got to throw Greg Dulcich in the mix. They said he's going to play the Joker role. You got to throw Troutman. He's the leader. He's the starting tight end, they're saying. Got to throw them all in there is what I'm saying.
I think their ADPs
Yeah,
are way devalued, every single one of them, except for Jeudy. And I think they're all pretty much just a good pick at ADP because you're not really wasting a pick. I mean, if the Broncos do take a step up, then you might have won out on these guys. And what do you think, Ian?
Yeah, so I'm sorry I wasn't listening. I was researching my guy that I was going to talk about, and this guy's Elijah Moore.
Yeah. That's my breakout. You got him as a sleeper, so I'm a little higher on him than you, huh?
Yeah, because you can get him on your bench, man, and I feel like he's a solid wide receiver too, all day. And this is a guy with 4.35 speed and drafted 34th overall, and he's going like 10th round, 9th, 10th round, and he's got Deshaun Watson there. And I feel like he's somebody who knows he has the talent and just needs the opportunity. And I feel like he's going to get the opportunity this year. A lot of people are high on Amari Cooper. And I feel like Amari Cooper's a good receiver, but I feel like he's had so many opportunities. I feel like he's so many opportunities to be great and to be the man. And he hasn't ever done it. And I don't really like his attitude. And I feel like Elijah Moore is, he's young. He's only like 23, 24 years old, and he's coming in with a great offense. And I think he's going to blow up. I think he's a great sleeper.
Yep. I'm with Ian all the way on that one. Elijah Moore, I think I said last episode, they're running this dude out of the backfield. So they're clearly getting this guy involved. I say it every episode we talk about this guy. They didn't give up nothing for this dude. They had to give up something for this guy. So
they gave up
Elijah
number
Moore.
74 for number 42.
So yeah. Kraft, anything to say about Elijah Moore?
No, I like him. He was on my breakout list, so I think he's gonna be great this year. I think he's a outstanding pick at ADP, but I do got another sleeper. I'll move on to tight ends. Jake Ferguson. I want to try to get Jake Ferguson anywhere I can get, especially in best ball drafts right now. Starting tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. Dalton Schultz was there for a while, and we can probably all agree that Dalton Schultz is not the most athletic tight end in the world. And Dalton Schultz was a tight end 1, so, for 3 years in a row with Dak Prescott. And Dak threw to his tight ends at 25% of the time, which was like the 7th highest rate in the NFL. Dak likes to target tight ends. So I think that Jake Ferguson could be a very, very good player this year, and at least somebody you can stream. I don't think he's going to get drafted in your redraft, but it's just a player to keep an eye out for, and because the tight ends produce in the Dallas Cowboys offense, so I'm definitely going to be keeping a close eye out on him and seeing if he booms, because the way I draft and redraft a lot of times is I'll go really late tight end or no tight end at all, and he fits the bill.
Yep, I agree 100%. I got Jake Ferguson on my list too. Shoot, while we sticking on tight ends right here, I put down Hayden Hurst. I put him down for the Carolina Panthers because those dudes, I mean,
I love that.
I don't really know who they're going to throw to. I mean, I've been saying Miles Sanders, which I really do believe he's going to throw the ball, catch a lot of passes. But Hayden Hurst is your tight end 28, so he's going undrafted for sure. DJ Chark, probably the most talented guy right now. He's already went down. They got Jonathan Mingo, a rookie. So Miles Sanders, Hayden Hurst type. Adam Thielen's 145.
They're fucked.
So yeah, I mean, Hayden Hurst will
They're
be my
fucked.
sleeper tight end. Miles Sanders,
Yeah,
really
mine too. Because he is really a good tight end, though. He is. That's a good one. I like Laporta. He was talking about tight ends. I mean,
Yep.
shit. He's the number one tight end on Detroit. You talking about Detroit being Detroit. Get you some Sam Laporta for nothing.
Tight end 17 is where Laporta's going right now. So basically, just behind Dolchis, above Gerald Everett, behind Higbee. I like to grab Higbee a little bit. He gets a lot of targets.
I like Higbee too.
Yeah, Higbee's not terrible.
I like Van Jefferson as one of my sleepers. He's one of them guys that he could be the wide receiver too for the Rams. He is going to be the wide receiver too for the Rams.
He is. Yeah, I agree.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, people were drafting Allen Robinson in the fourth round last year. You can get Van Jefferson for free. Right. And he's better than Allen Robinson was.
I'm going to wait until week 2.
That's fine. But I'll have him in week 1. You ain't going to be able to get him off my team.
I got a tight end for you. One more tight end on my list that I know the Craftman will like. I got Luke Musgrave. He's over here making some
Go Pack
news over here with the Pack. Go Pack, go. And he don't really have too much competition except for another rookie tight end, right? So
who hasn't gotten any playing time? I mean, during the preseason, it's been all Musgrave.
So they say he looks good and no competition. And this year right here, I'll tell you what, man, rookie tight ends don't really perform. But this year right here with Laporta and Musgrave.
They had this draft class definitely had. This is one of the best tight end draft classes that we've had in a long time.
Right. Heck, when me and Kraft was breaking down film, we was saying that tight end, you don't want to draft them high, but this is the class with the tight ends.
Yeah, I mean, even Georgia, what's his name? Washington. Darnell Washington. Darnell Washington. He's a great tight end, but he's been overshadowed by these other guys. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of really good tight ends, and Darnell might even be somebody we're all gonna be like, come week 2, week 3, we're gonna be like, damn, hell yeah, I can get this dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on him fantasy wise, just because Pat Freiermuth is definitely the pass catching tight end. I think Washington's gonna be more of a blocking tight end. Maybe screw up a couple red zone touchdowns for some other players. Kind of just one of them guys. You're like, man, fuck. It wasn't Deontay. It wasn't Pickens. It was freaking Washington.
Yeah. You're right. You're damn sure right about that.
Any more tight ends to throw on out there while we own it?
Kincaid. I mean, we could throw Kincaid in there.
People high on Kincaid. Probably, I think he's like tight end 10, which is, I mean, it's low in tight end world, but let me make sure. 11 in sleeper, going behind Njoku. Freiermuth. He fell in my lap in that redraft league with y'all.
Yeah, so if you go like zero tight end, if you go zero tight end in your draft, and you just wait till like one of the last rounds, you can grab one of these rookie guys and
they say he's the most out of this draft class, most talented receiving tight end out of them all, and he went to a high. Heck, some people are saying he's going to basically be the wide receiver 2 in Buffalo, so we'll see how that pans out. I don't know.
Well, I got both of them on my dynasty team, so him and Laporta. So
hopefully one of them pans out.
I mean, There's a good
Right.
chance.
Kraft, any more tight ends to toss out there?
No more tight ends. You want to hit up these values?
Real quick though, I had Zay Jones. I mean, he's
Yes.
even going below Romeo Dobbs, and then the average Joe's that motherfucker just dropped him, so I just picked him up. So I was like,
I
well, I'll just
seen
pick him
that.
up.
I was mad about that, dude.
Can't believe you just drop him like that. So that just shows you where
I
Zay
know you
Jones
just
is.
dropped Zay Jones, bro. What?
I mean,
That's
guys,
crazy.
he's a guy. I know Calvin Ridley's in the building, but he had games with double-digit
Yeah.
targets last year. So to
I
get him
mean,
that
and
low,
Christian Kirk is there, and Christian Kirk is there too. But we're talking about drafting, for nothing. People in the last pick of your drafts, and Zay Jones is a pretty good pick in the last in the end down
He's
there.
going to be on the field too. I mean,
right?
so far what I've seen in preseason, whenever they run 2 wide receiver sets, Zay Jones and Calvin Ridley are the ones out on the field. Christian Kirk is the one sitting
Right.
because Christian Kirk is a slot guy. So I do expect the Jaguars to run more 11 personnel where they have 3 receivers out on the field. But Zay Jones is going to be 80 to 90% snap guy. So he's already shown that he's a perfect flex play.
I gotta say his name real quick. Me and C Swizzy, we bringing him up all the time because we're Clemson fanboys. Justin Ross getting a lot of hype for that Kansas City Chief, undrafted. I'm telling you, the man's got the talent. The only reason he wasn't drafted because he had a spinal cord injury.
Spinal cord injury.
But here we are. If you see the hype, that wide receiver room's a clusterfuck. I don't like Kadarius Toney. Some people don't believe in Sky Moore. I kind of believe in him more than others. But
He's
Justin Ross.
If I had to go with one, Sky Moore's mine that I'm going with.
Yeah,
But I don't. It's not like I love it.
Right.
You're definitely right about it being a clusterfuck, though, dude. Like, I don't want any receivers there. I got Rashee Rice in Dynasty in our rookie draft,
I don't
and
dislike Rashee Rice though.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it could go to anybody right now. So if you can get one of them Kansas City receivers later on, that's good. I mean, Travis Kelce is obviously the wide receiver one there, but maybe somebody will come out, but it ain't gonna be Kadarius Toney. I'll tell you that.
I mean, I did like Rashee Rice. He got drafted in the second round, right? Same as Sky Moore. But after Sky Moore's rookie year, the Chiefs pretty much came out, and Andy Reid came out and said that this offense is not really meant for rookie receivers. So it takes a lot to get on the same page. So I would say if Rashee Rice has a bad year, don't worry about it. And same thing with Sky Moore. That's why I'm a little higher on him.
Yeah, I feel like Sky Moore is the better redraft, and Rashee Rice is probably the better dynasty pick.
Yeah, I can get on board with that. Crap, I just want to throw out one quarterback. I only got one quarterback name out there, and then we'll just throw out some names for the values. The only quarterback sleeper I got is Sam Howell. I was a little off after we did that quarterback breakdown. Because it's like you said, quarterbacks that ain't drafted in the first round, they don't do shit. And I agree with you. They don't do shit. The numbers definitely say so. But I think Sam Howell, Eric Bieniemy, Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, Antonio Gibson, Brian Robinson. I mean, shit. They got weapons all over the place. Sam Howell's set up for success. Him and Ritter are kind of in the same boat, except for I think Sam Howell's going to be tossing the rock a little bit more. So,
I agree.
Sam Howell, especially in Superflex. I mean, there ain't no reason for him to not be on your squad in Superflex. Go ahead and grab him.
Yeah, and Jordan Love and Kenny Pickett too for me. I like both of them guys to maybe have a somewhat of a breakout year. Kenny Pickett above, even though I'm a Packers fan. Kenny Pickett, I like what I see out of Kenny Pickett, and I like that offense.
Looking good.
Yep, it's looking good.
What do y'all don't like Brock Purdy? What do you think about Purdy, man? I mean, I think he's the best sleeper quarterback there is. This man was dominating at the end of the year last year. I had him on my dynasty team. I ended up starting him over Kirk Cousins.
Hey, Brock Purdy's the starter. I agree 100% with you. I like it.
I mean, Brock Purdy's he's one of them guys you can get if you go, if you just go wide receiver running back the whole time and you get a quarterback late and you grab Brock Purdy. I mean, shit. It's solid. I might do that.
I think you should change your name in Dynasty to Brock Party Pooper.
I will.
And with that said, for the Trey Lance people out here, I just got to say R.I.P. to y'all
You're
motherfuckers.
fucked.
Because
Sorry,
honestly,
Matt.
they won't
The
sit
other Matt.
down. They won't sit down, man. The Trey Lance people won't sit down. But you know what? He's
He
done.
might he might do good somewhere else, but he ain't playing in San Fran. I know that.
Hell no. All right, crap.
Definitely
Throw
not
us out
today.
some values, man.
All right, gonna hit these pretty quick. Shit, I had them wrote down, but I guess I deleted the whole damn thing. But oh no, here it is. Here it is. I like Mike Evans going ADP 75. He's a 7th round pick. This is a guy who's put up 12. Was it 12 straight? I don't even know. I mean, it can't
1,000
be
yards.
12. He ain't
Yeah.
been in the
It
league
ain't
that long.
12.
He's,
It
But
can't
he's
be
been
in the league
playing
that
a
for a little
long.
lot.
while.
1,000-yard seasons.
Yeah, the 1,000 yard season thing. You can get him as your wide receiver 3 or flex spot, and Mike Evans. Baker Mayfield even said that Mike Evans is the most talented wide receiver he's ever played with. So it seems like he's going to favor Mike Evans a lot. Baker does throw a good deep ball. If you want to hate on everything else he does, he throws a damn good deep ball. And Mike Evans is just an overall great receiver. I mean, I don't understand how you got like DJ Moore and Terry McLaurin in previous years that always keep getting drafted like 5th round or so, and they have bad quarterback play. And you can get Mike Evans in the same vein. You can get him here in the
Yeah.
7th round, and if he puts up DJ Moore or Terry McLaurin numbers or whatever, that's going to be
Man,
just fine for your fantasy team.
Yeah, dude. And if you don't mind me cutting in on my value pick is Brandon Cooks. I mean, this man has been in the league 9 years, and 6 of those 9, he's went over 1,000 yards, and he's the number 2 there. And I got a feeling that he's going to be really good. I mean, his yards per catch has never dropped under 10.6, dude. I mean, he averages really high in yards per catch. I mean, and he loves getting 1,000-yard seasons. He's a great receiver. He's really a wide receiver, and so he's going a little bit lower, and I think he's a great value. If he's my wide receiver too, I'm super happy with that.
Like a discount Tyler Lockett, man.
right.
Discount Tyler Lockett, baby.
Crap, I only got one, and then I got one value, and I have to bring his name up because I honestly think it's crazy the dude's going so low. At wide receiver 80 in redraft is Isaiah Hodgins for the New York Giants, and listen, I get it. Like he only had a stretch and all that shit, but listen, man, he's the only guy on this offense that is
Big.
6'3". Like everybody else is slot guys. He's the only one, man. He's the only one. He's out there on that outside. If you really believe Daniel Jones is taking that step up, which heck, I thought I was high on Daniel Jones until I started texting the crew. They're super high on that motherfucker. If you really think he's gonna take that step up, why don't you take a shot on little Isaiah Hodgins over here at 6'3"? I know everybody's high on Darren Waller and shit, but
I mean,
he's the only one.
I like him and really Darius Slayton because they got them roles locked down as the outside guys, and as a slot, like, is it going to be Paris Campbell? Is it going to be Jalen Hyatt? Is it going to be Sterling Shepard? I have no idea, but I know pretty much for a fact that Hodgins probably going to be out on the field.
Yeah. He's in best ball for me all day. I mean,
Yep.
he's going super low, so it's just like crazy. But listen, fellas, go ahead, throw out some values for these people if you got some.
Yeah, I got a couple. You mentioned Rashad White. We'll skip over him, but I like Jordan Addison going to ADP 83. This is my favorite rookie in redraft this year. It's not my favorite rookie in Dynasty, but it's my favorite rookie in redraft. The Vikings, all they do is run 3 wide receivers out on the field and TJ Hawkinson all day long, every day. Even when Adam Thielen was absolutely terrible, Adam Thielen ran the 2nd most routes in the NFL last year, only behind Justin Jefferson. So if he's going to replace that role, and I still like taking a shot on KJ Osborne if you want to take that shot too. But Jordan Addison's very talented. Justin Jefferson is going to take all the attention away. You couldn't ask for a better situation for a rookie to come into than what you're going to get out of Addison. I don't think he has like crazy potential to finish like super high, but as a flex play, I mean it's about perfect. I mean, what do you? I know you like him, Matt.
Oh, I mean, crap! I'm the only one in the whole damn industry. I said, and this is a whole quote. I mean, I could eat my words, but it's okay. I'm gonna take a risk on it. I got him ranked number 1 in that draft class over JSN. I'm a big Jordan Addison guy, so
Yeah.
I think in redraft maybe he'll be a little slow coming out. I know y'all didn't like him with it. What did he say? He's gonna buy a whip and all that shit. He's acting crazy like that.
Gonna buy a whip.
I don't like that shit neither in real football, but fantasy football, I'm loving this shit. I mean, I think he's gonna just go off. I know there's like some questions with Kirk Cousins gonna be gone and all that. I don't know if I really see that happening. I mean, I can see them keeping them on short term deals for years and years and years. So
Yeah.
I love Jordan Addison. And I'm gonna say it now. I done said it a billion times, but I'll go ahead. If anybody new is listening to it, I got Jordan Addison ranked ahead of JSN out of this class. I'm the only one. The only one.
Yep. I mean, he's
let me.
very talented. Go ahead, Ian.
We're gonna move ahead. We ain't gonna comment on that. I'm gonna go ahead to my guy, which is Alec Pierce. And the reason I'm going with Alec Pierce is because he's a young guy. You can get him super early. And like we said, earlier, he doesn't necessarily have the best quarterback there. But Anthony Richardson is one of those quarterbacks that could pop off at any moment. And Alec Pierce will be on the receiving end of all that glory. And this is a young guy with great talent on a team that's up and coming. And I think he's a pretty good value pick for where you can get him, which is pretty much undrafted. And if you just, hold on to him for a few weeks and he doesn't do good, then drop him. But I feel like where he's going, I mean, there's not really a better value because I feel like he has the upside. It all has to do with Richardson, man, because I know he has the talent and he definitely has the upside. His floor is probably pretty low, but this is what we're talking about. You know what I mean? Trying to get these value picks, and I think if he pops off, it'd be pretty good.
Yeah, I like Alec Pierce because I think that's the part of the field that Anthony Richardson is going to succeed at, is throwing the deep ball, if anything, like we mentioned in the last episode. But I got my guy, best for last, my favorite pick out of all of them in my fantasy drafts. I will plant my flag on this guy this year. And what's crazy is he was my bust pick last year, and he did bust. But Deontay Johnson is my guy this year. He is getting drafted at ADP. He's a wide receiver 35. He was the wide receiver 28 last year with 0 touchdowns. He didn't score 1 touchdown. He scored 8 touchdowns the year before. Last year, Pittsburgh only threw for 200 yards per game, which was 24th in the league. And he still had a 26.8% target share, which was top 15 out of all receivers in the entire NFL. Ian, I know you love targets, and Deontay Johnson gets them all. He's a talented receiver. He's very talented. He's very underrated. The only reason I had him as my bust pick last year was because it was a rookie quarterback coming in, and Ben Roethlisberger left, and he was dumping the ball off left and right. But the targets were still there for Deontay Johnson, and, I mean, you cannot miss with this pick. He's going around the same area as Jordan Addison that we just talked about. He's going around, George Pickens, JSN, who is the number 3 on that team, even though he's a talented rookie. He's going behind Michael Pittman, Marquise Brown. I like Deontay Johnson better than the next guy. I'm just going to pick him every single time in every single draft that I can possibly get him in.
Yeah, dude, I agree.
I like that, especially if the hype is real on Kenny Pickett. I mean, there's going to be a couple guys on the receiving end, and George Pickens is also a pretty good value pick. But yeah, Deontay Johnson, he's a target machine. He's got really good hands. I mean, he doesn't really miss a lot of shit that's thrown to him. And yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I like it too, but it looks like Matt's mic went out. I can't hear anything you got to say, but I see him nodding over there talking about how he loves Deontay Johnson.
Can you hear me, Crowd?
I hear you now. You back.
Yeah, I was about to say, with that said, George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, they're going back-to-back at ADP. So pretty much pick who you want. Take a shot on any of them. But look, man, I feel like we put out some good content tonight. A couple episodes for everybody. Value sleepers on this one. Let's go ahead and get everybody in the bed. Y'all got to wake up in the morning for work. I ain't got to go to work till the evening, so.
Yep, it's about that time.
Him, Potty Pooper look like he about to pass the fuck out. Look at him, man.
Hey, I'm gonna do 2 more episodes, bro. Let's do it.
All right, well, shit, man. We gonna wrap it on up, man. Thank y'all for listening to the podcast. Give us that 5-star review. We need more of them. Crap, man. Anything to say to the people?
Tell your friends about the podcast, and as always, we appreciate everybody for listening. And you know, football's right around the corner, so we're getting there. Just a couple more weeks.
And Potty Pooper, anything to say to the folks out there?
Yeah, man, I'm super excited about the football season coming up, man. I'm tired of watching preseason games. I want to see some real smash mouth football, and I can't wait. I've been drafting teams. I got some teams. I keep looking at it. Nothing's changing. I'm ready for some stuff to get crazy and chaotic, and just give me the bratwurst and the buffalo chicken dip, and let's go. Let's put on our jerseys and let's flex.
I'm with y'all, man. Fuck the preseason though. Fuck it all. Just y'all.
Because
they run a lot of.
It's a team.
They run joint practices, man. We don't need that shit, man.
We need it. They need it, but we don't need it. Like the NFL, the teams, they need this. They got to see who they're gonna cut and who they're gonna not. But when it comes to us, it's a big ass tease. Like you're like, damn, this is almost good. But
I want more coverage of them joint practices. Like that's where the ones go to get some.
I'd rather watch the joint practices. They be fighting like a motherfucking shit.
But shoot, man, we clocking out, wrapping it on up, man. Thanks for listening to the podcast. With that said, we out.
Peace.